CBS's NCIS has been one of the longest-running series on television, with the show currently airing its 19th season. And over the years, the show has had its fair share of good, bad, enjoyable, and heartbreaking moments. So while we wait for the season finale to drop, let's look at some of the worst moments in the history of NCIS. First up on this list, Parker replaces Gibbs. The show was introduced many new characters and has said goodbye to many of its cast members during its long run on television. One of the new characters that the show introduced the viewers to was Agent Parker, or Alden Parker, played by Gary Cole, who became part of the NCIS team after leaving the FBI. His character has been very much appreciated and loved by the viewers, and has had some amazing storylines on screen, but he has also had a few terrible moments. One of these was the decisions that the writers made for his character. Special Agent Leroy Gibbs is played by Mark Harmon, was the head of the NCIS team and recently left the team and the show. There was much chatter among the fans about who would replace him as the head. Many hoped it would be Special Agent Timothy McGee, who is played by Sean Murray. However, Agent Parker was given the position and the responsibility of leading the team in episode 5 of season 19 called Face the Strange. Many fans were upset by this decision because they were longtime fans of McGee, but many still enjoy Park's time on screen and with his time managing the team on the field. Agent Parker's trying to work on cases and replacing Agent Gibbs was one of the worst moments of season 19, which left fans disappointed. Next, when Gibbs gets arrested. Season 10 is one of the fascinating and exacerbating seasons of NCIS. Season 10 started with the post-events and consequences of a terrorist attack, where many NCIS and FBI agents lost their lives. Agent Ducky had also suffered from a heart attack, and Agent Gibbs and the team had to deal with their after effects of the horrible events. However, this is still not the worst moment for Gibbs in season 10. The beloved character is arrested for obstruction of justice by ignoring Homeland Security orders, making it his worst moment. However, the series of events that led him here are equally important and upsetting. During the two-part episode, Shabbat Shalom and Shiva, relatives of two of the agents, are put at gunpoint and murdered at a dinner party at Vance's home. This includes Agent David's father, Eli, and director Leon Vance's wife, Jackie. These deaths affected both the characters and the viewers. Gibbs is also deeply shaken because his family was also murdered in a similar fashion in season 3, which included his wife, Shannon, and daughter, Kelly. In Shiva, Gibbs is shown to be extremely angry and attacks one of the suspects to get answers from him. When he learns that it was Deputy Director Ian Bodner who ordered the attack, he goes to attack him despite orders and gets arrested. Despite his worst moment, the team stays with him, and some of them resign from the team, including McGee, Tony, and Ziva. Up next, Gibbs's obsession and disrespectful behavior. Gibbs is a very strict and stubborn leader who focuses on achieving his goals, which he had set out to accomplish. He has also been known to be harsh and firm toward those who work under him. However, his habit of being fixed on his goals turned into an obsession when he became fixated on catching Ari Haswari, played by Rudolph Martin, who is a frequently returning villain in the show. It affected him deeply and took a toll on him. As a result, he yells at two of the members of his team, including Timothy McGee and Abby Squito. He also implies that Caitlin Todd is inadequate, which hurts her, and she talks to Ducky and DiNozzo about the matter. It is revealed that Gibbs showed similar patterns of aggression and difficulty when trying to capture a criminal who sexually assaulted two young girls and killed them later. His intensity translates into disrespect, which Gibbs shows to his team members. His behavior also has real consequences because it stops him from realizing that Todd is in danger until halfway through the episode in the season 1 finale, which he would have done earlier if he was not so stuck on his obsession. Another for our list, when Caitlin gets shot in the head. The first moment in the history of NCIS, which is the most shocking as well as the most troubling, is the one where a leading cast member gets killed off the show. Not only did a fan favorite character die, but it was an immensely upsetting moment for the fans, as Caitlin, one of the only female characters in the earlier seasons, was gruesomely murdered, guaranteeing that she would not be miraculously saved or resurrected in the upcoming seasons of the show. This left viewers of the show show and fans of the character completely hopeless for her return in the future. Caitlin Kate Todd, who was a series regular in the first 2 seasons of the series, dies in the 23rd episode of season 2 titled Twilight, which initially sees Kate getting shot in the chest, but is saved by her bulletproof vest, only to get shot at the center of her forehead moments later. Caitlin was shot and killed by double-crossing Mossad agent Ari Haswari, who remained on the loose until his own sister Ziva David showed up and killed him later in order to save Gibbs. With Caitlin dead and murdered violently, the show demonstrated that anything is possible in the world of NCIS, and no character was safe from being killed off. Next is when Jenny dies in a shootout. After the departure of one of its female lead characters in the previous season, Jenny became part of the NCIS series in season 3. With one of the most interesting backstories of the show, as an ex of Gibbs's, but also as a woman who had devoted more than a decade of her life to solve her father's mysterious death, reuniting with Gibbs as the successor of director Thomas Morrow's and the first female director of NCIS, Jenny secretly sought to get the information on her father's suspected murder. Renee Bonneau, aka The Frog, Jenny was only on the show for 3 seasons before getting killed off. In season 5, episode 18, titled Judgment Day, a previously failed assassination attempt came back to haunt Jenny, resulting in a shootout in an abandoned Mojave Desert diner, which led to the ultimate demise of director Shepard herself when 4 assassins took her down, greatly upsetting her team back home. Next up, when McGee shoots a dog. This notably foul moment of NCIS occurred in season 5, episode 13, titled Dog Tags, where Gibbs raids a house along with Agent Anthony DiNozzo, Agent Timothy McGee, and Ziva David. McGee comes into the house from the back and is attacked by a German Shepherd, forcing McGee to shoot at it, resulting in odd looks from his teammates, though Ducky Mallard and his assistant, Jimmy Palmer, quickly comes to the dog's aid, helping the dog recover. It still bothers Abby Scaiuto, who is a known animal lover. After the NCIS team returns, Abby assesses the injuries on McGee, who directs her to the injured dog. Although McGee warns Abby of the dog's violent nature, Abby still removes the muzzle from the face of the German Shepherd and proceeds to pet it, which results in her being horrified that anyone would shoot an innocent animal. When she realizes that McGee was the one who pulled the trigger, she becomes furious and yells at him. Abby later in the episode names the dog Jethro and guilts McGee into adopting it. Last on our list, when Abby is shot and decides to leave. In season 15 of NCIS, Abby and Reeves solve a case together which involves helping a homeless veteran. As the pair leaves the scene, they're approached by a mugger with a gun, whom Reeves gives some money to. However, when Abby offers to do the same, the mugger pulls the trigger and shoots both Reeves and Abby. It is revealed that Clayton had been killed while Abby is fighting for her life in the hospital. But Abby doesn't die and wakes up in a hospital with McGee by her side. Eventually, it's revealed that the mugger was hired to kill her by a criminal, Robert King, whom she had arrested years earlier. She soon joins in the hunt for King, cornering him in a cafe where she placed cyanide, which was actually just caffeine pills in his drink. By promising him the antidote, she managed to get him to confess planning a hit on her. However, upon learning of Reeves' death, Abby decides to leave NCIS and move to London to set up a charity that Reeves had always wanted to open. And there you have it. Worst moments in NCIS history revealed. Are you excited about the season finale of season 19 of NCIS? Be sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.